Did Jesus Christ anywhere in the scripture referred himself to as the Lord our God? Let me show us two statements in the Bible where Jesus Christ addresses himself as the Lord our God. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 4 from verse 5 to 7. The Bible said that Satan took him up to the pinnacle of the temple and said to him, "If thou be the Son of God, cast down thyself, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, to bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against the stone." Doesn't Satan know that Jesus was the Son of God? He knew. The Bible said that even the demons, they knew that Jesus was the Son of God. They confessed and said to him, "Thou art the Son of the Most High God." According to the book of Matthew chapter 8, from verse 28 to 30. So if Satan knew that Jesus Christ was God in flesh, who was called the Son of God, why did he choose to ask him, "Show us in the scripture where Jesus said, I am God"? They are simply following the steps and the foundation laid by their father, the devil, who knew that Jesus was God in flesh, the Son of God, yet chooses to tempt the Lord his God to prove himself before him. A wicked and adulterous generation are seeking for signs, but not one shall be given to it, save the sign of the prophet Jonah. Yet they will not understand it. Don't you understand? Satan knew that Jesus Christ was his Lord, his God, yet chooses to tempt him to prove himself before him. As well as his offsprings, his children knew that Jesus is Lord, yet they asked Christians, "Show us where Jesus said, I am God," what they learnt from their father. A tree is known by their fruits, but wisdom is justified of her children. Well, Jesus responded and said to him, "It is written, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God." But if I may ask you, who was tempted here? Jesus or God? Didn't you hear Jesus say, "It is written, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God, but why tempt ye me?" If you don't understand this, I don't really know why the scriptures say that wisdom is too high for a fool. But no one is a fool except the person who knows nothing and does not know that he knows nothing, yet refuses to be taught. Finally, in the same place of the book of Matthew chapter 4, the Bible said that Satan tempted Jesus. He took him up to a high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glories thereof, and said to him, "If you will fall down and worship me, all these things I will give to you." But Jesus Christ responded and said to him, "It is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God and serve him only." So, did Jesus Christ mean that only God is to be worshipped? Yes, this is the truth of the scriptures. Only God is to be worshipped. But did Jesus Christ ever receive worship? The Bible said that not only men worshipped Jesus, the angels and men worshipped Jesus. Even the demons, the devils, they fall down before him and worshipped him, and he received the worship. But if Jesus testified by his own mouth that only God is to be worshipped, how come he received worship in the place of God? Is he God? Do you think that Jesus is not God and God allowed him to share his worship with him? Even when it is written, "I will not share my praise, I will not share my glory with another," and you think Jesus is not God and God allowed him to share glory with him, to share his praise, to receive worship in his place, that one is not enough. He went to the grave and rose from the dead and ascended into heaven. If you don't believe that Jesus is God, that means you need to go through psycho-evaluation, or probably you are possessed by the devil. If all these things will not happen, the Lord wouldn't have spoken aforetime, saying, "I will not share my glory with another," because he knew that his identity will be questioned. Who is this man that forgives sin? Only God can forgive sin. And who is this man that is worshipped by men? Only God is to be worshipped. Then he replied and said to them, "See, even I I am He.